I'm going to make craters with mini-meteors. I'm going to use things such as seeds, popcorn kernels, nuts, raisins, and mini marshmallows, and a really small tangerine. And this is some rice flour I put down to represent the floor of the earth. And I'm also going to put some dark chocolate powder onto the rice flour, so that would represent the dirt of the earth. Now I'm going to put some of the dark chocolate powder onto here. Now I'm going to drop some of my mini meteors onto here. What I think will happen is that it's going to make a mini crater for each one I drop. And the bigger it is, the bigger the crater. Let's see who cracks. Alright, first off we have a really tiny seed. And it basically did not that much. It didn't even make a crater. Very small. Next up we have a single corn kernel, a little bit bigger. Wow, it made like a little dent, and surrounding it you could see the rice flour. Alright, that make a pretty big dent. Next we have a small nut. So it's not that big, but like pretty big. And that made a bigger one. It even had like a little splash with the rice flour. Now I have like a single raisin, like about the same size. And it basically is the same thing, but like a little bit less. Next up we have a marshmallow. It's bigger than the other ones, but like a little, but like more lighter, so. Yeah, I kind of like bounced off, but still made it a good shaped crater. Next off we have a small tangerine. This is pretty big compared to the other ones, and probably gonna make a big splash. If it was deeper, it would probably go through most of it, because it probably hit the bottom already. Kind of like bounced out, kind of like the mini marshmallow. But yeah, now that I've tried different sizes and shapes, what is similar about all of them is that all of them made like a crater, kind of like a half sphere. Or the heavier and bigger it was, the bigger the crater would be. Or it would affect how deep it would go in. Okay, now I'm gonna drop it at a higher speed, basically throwing it down there. We got the smallest one. Last time it didn't do anything. It still didn't do that much. Popcorn kernel, I think those do like a little bit more. And that made a bigger one. About the size is how much I did in that one. And then next one I got this. I think it's gonna be bigger this time. Oh, okay. And that made a big dent. But it kind of bounced out, but still, yeah. And then the raisin. It did it pretty well. This one out of all of them so far. It made a huge dent and the dirt splashed out everywhere. And surprisingly, it made a dent bigger than itself because of how much speed it had. Now for the marshmallow. I think it'll be like about how much the raisin did, but like half that size. Alright. Now that did pretty good. Well, it was more wide than deep it went, so. Because the raisin was pretty light. Last but not least, the small tangerine. I'm pretty sure it's gonna splash a lot everywhere. And yep, the rice flour just splashed everywhere all over the table. And it rolled off the table, under the table. Yeah, and it made like times 10 the amount of how much of the raisin. Yeah, that's a big dent. So in my mini crater experiment, I learned that the more bigger and heavier it is, then the bigger and then the more deep and wide the crater would be. And if the meteor went into a lot higher speed. If it goes at a really high speed, then it would definitely be a larger dent, aka crater. So you can see compared to the other ones, what it looked like. So this one would be the normal dropping from like 5 feet or so. And then this would be like throwing it down, and that's pretty big. This is how large the crater is for this one, and this one is clearly a lot bigger, and it went more deep in. This is the raisin. It didn't make a crater. It just made kind of like a hole in it. This one, it made like a really wide one. The orange just made it wider because I already hit the bottom. Bye.